Hi there, it's Ashley here with this week's episode of Stamp Crate Repeat for your next stamp. Today I'm going to be sharing a little Easter scene card. It's just a fun little card for a birthday. So I'm going to just hold it up so you can see nice and close, and then I'll get started by sharing with you the products that I'll be using. I'll put them all in the description box so you can find them over in the Your Next Stamp store. And then I will show you how I made this card in the process video. So I have this cute little card here with this tree, which is the focal center part, and then I've got this cute little Easter scene. So to start out with, I used the Your Next Stamp Black Olive ink and the wire snips. I used some of the Your Next Stamp gumdrops. These are the Magical Pastel set, and I just used those pretty blue ones. I used the new Fairy Tale Magic paper pad. I used that really pretty striped paper there. It looks very Eastery, and I love it so much with this cute tree. Then I used this stamp set here. This is Woodland Jessica, and I absolutely love this little girl, but just for this card, I decided to do it more of just like an outside scene without the little girl, but I'll definitely be using her in another card. So I used all the critters on there and the tree, and then I used the coordinating dies that you can purchase separate. Then I pulled in some eggs, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of like have them hidden and scattered around the card. This is the So Egg-Citing stamp set, and I used a whole bunch of the little eggs, and then I did use the coordinating dies to cut those out. Then I used a few different coordinating die sets. I used this one, which is the Spring Grass die, and I just used that to cut out that bottom grass part. I also used this set, which I used the largest scallop there. This one is the Stitch Scallop Rectangles die set, and I used that biggest one there, which is the outside. And then I used the Stitched Rectangle die set. I used the second size to do the little inlaying piece there, and it looks so cute on top of that little scallop. So let's get started. So to begin with, I took that scallop die set, and I just used the largest piece to cut out that cute striped paper. Then I took the second size of the rectangle die, and I cut it out on some blue paper and some green paper. This was just some cute watercolor paper I had in my stash. Then I'm going to take the green paper, and I'm just taking some Post-it note tape to hold down that little grass bit, and I just held the stamp up so I could see whereabouts the tree would go. And then I can take that off, and I've got this cute little grass to put there at the bottom. So for the stamped images, I'm going to stamp out this little tree, or a big tree actually. It's a really nice big size, and I just love it so much. It has these cute little flowers on it, and it just screams springtime, and I thought it would be really cute paired with the Easter set. So then I'm going to stamp out a few of the little critters. I stamp out the little fox. I stamp out the little squirrel. The little squirrel's holding a little acorn. And then I did the little bunny, and then there's another little bunny standing, which I thought matched perfect for Easter as well. And then there was two different little butterflies. I stamped both of those. And then there's an owl as well. Then I decided I would add in those cute little birds. They just looked so sweet. I thought they'd be really nice perched in the little tree. So then I took the next set, and I'm just going to stamp out the different little eggs there. I just did a whole bunch of them. I don't end up using all of them, but I use almost all of them. So I stamp out a whole bunch of different ones to color up in some nice bright spring colors. And then I can get started with my coloring. So for my coloring, I'm going to be using my Copic markers. And I'll put all the lids on the screen there so you can see, but I'll definitely still call them out for you. So how I'm going to do all the green leaves, I just did a little tester there and I loved it. So I go around on all the leaves and use G05, and that's a really nice bright kind of like grass green, and it goes really nicely with the lighter colored greens just to really make it pop. So I just go around all the leaves and add in the green, and I think this would be really pretty if you used some Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens or some watercoloring. It would look gorgeous. Then I used the YG06 to blend that out. This was such a fun image to color. I love this tree so much. I'll definitely be using it a lot more. And then I go in with YG00. And that just looks a really nice spring color, and it has the darkness near the tip, and then it goes out into a lighter color, which I just think really pops nicely. So as I finish there up with the little green, then I'm going to do some of the birds here. So I'm just using B05 and B02, and then I go in with BG10 just for the little tummy, just to make it a little bit lighter. Then for the next color, I'm just going to use YR04 for the little beaks, and then I use Y15 and Y11 for the middle of the flowers. And then I'm going to do all the little tiny flowers in RV04 and RV02. So I just spotted the middle part, and then I just did like a light pink around it. Then for the next flower, I'm going to do it in a purple color, so I just go around the whole outside, kind of like flicking in at the little petals, and so I use V17 and blend it out with V12. And then I did these little ones up here as well. I just left the two big ones, which I go back and do in a pretty pink color. So I just finished blending those. And then for the two big ones, I'm going to use that same pink color combo that I used before, which is RV04. I just went around all the outside petals, and then I just dotted in the middle and blended that out with RV02. Then for the tree trunk, I'm going to use E59, and I'm just adding the shading on the left side. And then I'm going to blend that out with E57. And then E55. Now for the little critters, I'm going to do the little acorn there in E57, 55, and 53. And then I just added the orange on the beak there for the owl. For the little squirrel, I'm using E18, E15, and E13. Then I'm going to do the little owl, and I use that same brown color combo, E18, E15, E13, and then I leave a little bit of the tummy open so that I can do a lighter color in the tummy, and I use E11 for that. Next I'm going to do the little fox, so I go in with YR04. And then I go in with YR14 and YR02. And I didn't get the best blend that I wanted, so I go back in with a darker orange. I use YR07. And then I go in with YR04 and then the YR02. Then for the bunny, I'm using W3, which is a nice warm gray color. And then I blend that out with W1. And then I use RV11 for inside the little ears. And then I use that same color combo for this second little bunny. I love this little one standing up, so cute. And I think it's perfect to have a little Easter egg in its hands. Then I'm going to do the little butterflies. So for this one I'm using pink. I use RV4 and RV2. And I forgot to color the other one on camera. I do it later when I go to die cut them out, but I just use that purple color combo, which is V17 and V11. So now I'm going to get started coloring the eggs. So to begin with, I'm going to start with BG13 and BG10. And then I'm going to do the little polka dots in RV4 and RV2. And I did stamp out a few of the plain eggs as well. I think they're so cute. This one I did Y15 and Y11, and then I use Y17 and Y12. And then this one I'm doing in pink, which is RV04 and RV02. I do a yellow one in Y15 and Y11, and a blue one in BG13 and BG10. Then for the next one, I use V17 and V12. And I went out of the line a little bit, so I just used my white jelly pen there. And then I used BG13 and BG10. And then for the middle part, I used RV04 and RV02. And you can get so creative with these little Easter eggs. They are so cute. I love them so much. This one I used RV4 and RV2, and then I go in the middle with the Y15 and Y11. And then for the last one, I use RV04, RV02, and then I do those little polka dots in V17 and BG13 and BG10. Then I'm just taking the coordinating dies and my wire snips and trimming them apart. And I'm just using some Post-it note tape just to hold them down in place. And then I'm just adding them all on there so that I can run them through my die cutting machine. And I do all the coordinating dies first for the Woodland Jessica set, and then I do the So Exciting set second, just so that I don't get the coordinating dies mixed up with my set. So I'm just going to add all these on and run them through my die cutting machine. And I always love the reveal, so I'll show you these cute little reveals. So here's all the little critters, so cute. And then here is this gorgeous tree. I love the tree so much. It's such an awesome size. So I'm just going to finish adding the coordinating dies and die cutting all of the Woodland Jessica pieces and the So Exciting sets. So now that I have all of my pieces die cut and all of my little things ready, I'm going to take my A2 size card base, and I'm just taking this white cardstock to put over top of it. I'm adhering down this scalloped piece here, and then the blue paper here, and then I'm going to take that grass, and I'm just going to add the glue along the bottom so that I can tuck things into it. And I couldn't decide if I wanted the tree to be tucked in behind the grass or in front, but I decided in front. I didn't want to cover up that pretty tree trunk there. So I'm just going to take all the little pieces and play around with them. Whenever I do scene cards, the best way to do it is just to color up a ton of cute images. Sometimes you'll have some left over and it's totally fine, but this is just the way that I do it. Is I just like to have a ton of pieces, and then I just fussy around with them and move them around and see where they look cute. And it's just so fun to play around with the little pieces. I put some of the critters in the trees, and then I have a whole bunch of different little critters holding eggs. That one little bunny has super cute outstretched arms to hold it, and then that other bunny looks like it's peeking in a hole. So then I'm going to add on my sentiment here. So I'm going to use the one that says "Have an egg-citing birthday." So I'm just going to move aside the little pieces and stamp that on. And the A, because of the grass there, didn't completely work, so I just took the little marker that I had there and added in the other part of the A, and it looks perfect. And now I'm just going to move off all the little pieces, and I'm going to take my ATG gun, and then I'm just going to adhere all the pieces on, now that I have a better idea where I want everything to go. So I'm going to put on that tree, and honestly, that tree is so cute. You could make a really cute, simple card with just that tree on the front of it, and it would look so beautiful. So then I have that little fox there, and he's got a little egg, and then I'm going to have this little bunny here kind of like peeking down at the egg. And then I wanted to add these little cute critters in the tree, so I've got the squirrel up there, and then I've got also the little owl. And I thought about putting some of the eggs in the tree, but the tree's just so pretty with the flowers. I didn't want to cover any of those up, so I just hacked a few of them behind that little tree trunk. And then I just positioned it so it looked like there was kind of like two crisscrossing there. And then I'm going to take this little bunny, and then I'm going to have him holding this pink little egg and just popping there from behind the grass. And then I'm just going to take those little butterflies to fill in some of that space there. And I couldn't decide if I was going to put the birds. I think they're so cute, and so I do add the birds on there as well. And I had 3 little eggs that I didn't end up using, and I'll just save those for another project. And then I just took these pretty blue, they're like a light teal color, glittery gumdrops, and I just added those on for some sparkle. And that is my card. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, I will have everything that I shared in the description box below. I would love if you left a comment and subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now.